Hi everyone. So in this video, I'm going to show you how we can create an event registration application inside PowerApps for internal purpose. This is a sample POC kind of application that I have created because I wanted to test some QR code related things in PowerApps. So I picked up these use cases. So how we can have some events, we can RSVP to it, and then how we can scan the events using QR codes, have that data in somewhere. So for this video purpose, I have taken a SharePoint list as a backend. So before moving forward, I'd like to show some of the recording that I did from my phone application. This is basically a mobile application, and this video I'm going to cover you the key concepts only. This is not a step-by-step tutorial. So let's move to the phone recording. So this is the event application basically. When I open my phone, then I can see this kind of UI. When I click on any event, then I can click on register, and as you can see, I got registered for the event. A QR code is generated, and then I have a option to go back to the home page. When I go to home page, there is another section called as my RSVP. When I click on it, I can see all the event that I have did RSVP. So this was from the user's perspective, like I can show the events, I can view the events, I can register for it, and I can have a record of it. So for every event and registration, there is a QR code that we can generate. So generally, if you see in some ticketing websites like Book My Show and all, right? So in that, whenever we book some tickets, we have the ticket name, that movie name, whatever it is, and then the QR code is there. That is associated and that has some data, right? So the same kind of concept I applied here, so that anyone can scan this ticket and we can have that record. So this was from the users application. There is second application on how to scan this, right? So for the scanning of this, it is just a straightforward application that has only one scan control and some images I am showing based on whether the ticket is already scanned or not, and just event title I am showing. So let's see how it works. So when I click on scan option, as you can see, my camera will open, and here I'm opening that event. Then when I open that, the QR code will be there. So it will automatically get scanned. So as you can see, that QR code I scanned it for the very first time. That's why it's showing me welcome message. And there was a little bit of validation, like if you want to restrict the scanning only one time, we can do. So this is all. Now let's see what happen if I scan this QR code again. So if I click on scan again, if I try to scan that, so it is showing me this image, right? So that means the error message I am showing, so we can have it anything. So this is the application and the overall demo I'd like to show to you. Now let's go back to the desktop and see how I have built this and what is the structure of the SharePoint list and everything. Okay, so first thing, there is one list called event catalog. As you can see, it has only basic information like event image, title of that event, date of that event, seating capacity, remaining seats, and event GUID. So basically this is GUID we can generate automatically. Seating capacity, all this is the random data. Just for information, like whenever I'm scanning the tickets, now I'm not auto updating some value. These are just a quick solution that I wanted to show to you. Second thing I have is event RSVP. So this is the list where we are storing the scanned records. So whenever I register for that event, if you see in that video, when I click on buy ticket, then it is going to add entry in the SharePoint list. The title we have event ID, purchase count, and scan count. Purchase count is basically, if you remember, I have that option to buy multiple tickets using this plus and minus sign. So that count will be here, and the validation error you see, right? So based on number of scans, I am showing the images. So how I am doing this? So if the purchase count, let's say, equal to 1 and it is scanned one time, so these counts are matching, then tickets are full. So if let's say purchase count is 4 and scan count is 1, so we can scan that ticket 4 times only, so not more than that. So this is just a simple validation, but yes, in your use cases there might be different, so you can have a validation according to it. Then I'm also capturing who purchased by, then status of the ticket basically. So whenever there is a fresh entry, that is a not scanned. If it is scanned, if purchase count is more than 1, then it will be in a queue. And if there are, let's say, purchase count, let's say 5, and scanned 5 times, then it will be full. That means all scan is completed. Then I'm storing also QR code here as well, and then these are this out of the box column. Now the only major thing you are wondering about how I am capturing this QR code. So for this, let's go to PowerApps application and we'll see how this app is built. So the first thing basically, this is the event catalog application. As you can see, I have number of screens. In this screen, I am just capturing and showing the data from that event catalog list. Here I have this arrow icon. So when I click on that icon, I go back to this screen basically, where I have option to select number of tickets. So here I can increase the count like this. I can batch with these many number of tickets, and when I click on buy, this is where we are having the QR code. So now if you scan that QR code, let me just open any QR code here, and if you try to scan this QR code from your mobile, you will see a JSON kind of structure basically. So you can pause the video, you can scan this now. So what the structure is basically, in my Power Apps, this is the formula for it. Why putting in the JSON? Because whenever you scan it, we need event code and some other information in order to validate from the SharePoint list, right? So basically the JSON content has the generated date and time, which is using the now formula. The event code, that is selected from the previous screen. Number of tickets also, that is from the previous. So this one, where ticket count, basically, as you can see in the plus and minus sign, I have this formula. Like if I click on plus, it will increment by 1. If I click on minus, it will be decrement by 1. So I am storing it in a variable. After that, once I got the JSON data, I need to create a QR code out of it. So for this, I am using this quickchart.io. So this is a free tool basically. I will put a link in the description as well. Here is the website, and here is how you can generate a QR code. So if I open this directly, you can see this QR code. So let's say if I test here, so the QR code is generated, and if you scan this, you will see this text, "Hey Swami," right? So I know like this is the website and this is the parameter I need to pass. So except the plain text, I would like to pass a JSON, but obviously JSON will have an object kind of setting, so we need to stringify it. So for what I did, use the JSON schema where QR code I have generated, and if I click on buy ticket, then on visible of this screen, I am patching in the event RSVP list. So basically this list. So let me refresh this, and there should be one entry here. This one a few seconds ago. So that basically has the purchase count, scan count, everything basically. And here I can see this QR code is generated. Now whatever the RSVP I did, there is one another screen for it. So where I am filtering the record from the SharePoint list. So basically I'm just filtering the RSVP list using created by email, this filter, simple, so that I can see only my RSVPs. And this is just a simple records, and when I click on it, pop-up will open that will display the QR code associated with it, event image, and the event title. So this data I'm getting from this list because we already have everything here. Okay, so this is for the event catalog part, basically from the user perspective, how user is going to see the application. Now second thing, coming towards the scanner application, a single application screen is here. We just have a scan control. So if you click on insert, you have to search for barcode scan, this one, barcode reader. Okay, so when you add it here, it will look like this. Now there are several options. So this is one thing that I will point out here. In the barcode type, keep this auto, because it can scan a barcode, it may be a QR code, right? But in your case, if you are having a specific thing, you can select out of it, right? So but I am keeping this auto. And the scanning mode, basically by default it is select to scan. So as you can see in the video, like whenever I show my QR code to my camera, it automatically gets scanned. I don't have to click anywhere. So that you can achieve using automatically scan, but by default it is select to scan, so that you have to select it and then it will scan. So I'll prefer to have this automatic scan only. And rest of the setting I didn't change anything. Let me check. Like only the colors I have changed, but yes, these are the two important thing I basically wanted to point out. Now once the scanning is done, we have to capture that data and we have to do the further actions, right? So for this, for the barcode reader, we have the event called on scan. That means whenever the scan is completed, this event will fire up. So here I have multiple formulas, like we have to check the is valid. So basically I told you there are some kind of validation, like purchase count is 5 and if I scan more than it, then it should be not valid, right? So this is the data I am using basically. Then once I scan it, the JSON format, from the JSON format I am getting that event code. So if you see here, this is my event code, basically event ID. So once I got that data, I am parsing that one, then I am looking up to the event list with that event code basically, right? So in order to test this, you cannot just play application and test in real time, because the barcode reader only supports in mobile. In desktop also it support, but you must have that hardware associated with it, correct? So I have to publish this app and I have to test it on the mobile multiple times, right? So this is how the formula is going to work. Then there is a condition called is valid. So as you can see here, if the scan count is less than purchase count, the ticket is still valid, right? And if it is valid, then I need to increment that count in the SharePoint list, right? So how many times it got scanned. So basically scan count, here is some simple formula and the status I am using it here like this. Basically if purchase count equal to scan count plus 1, then that means it's full, otherwise in a queue. And after that, just a simple notification I'm storing. Okay, so this is the only part of this application, that so this is the mobile application only, not a responsive like no dynamic changes in the event catalog list like seating capacity and remaining seat. That part I can still work on, but yes, this is a quick application I built up just to validate some concepts. So yeah, this is it. You can use this QR code, like basically I found this website really helpful. Basically chart is something that you already saw on lots of videos of other people, but yeah, there is a QR code API as well, so this one I used. So if you'd like to have a detailed tutorial out of it, just let me know in comments and I'll be making the quick series about it, like explaining each and every function and building this application from scratch. Thank you.